Hi friends! I'm going to do a little bit of show and tell for you today, and I'm going to walk you through the virtual classroom that I have created. I chose to create it using Google Sites for a couple of reasons. The number one being that I wanted something that I could add to over time, and that would be just one cohesive place, a little bit more interactive. And the other one is that it's privacy and password protected, so I can upload resources that I have collected over time, and I can use them with permission and not worry about copyright and accidentally sending those resources out into the wild. I chose Google Sites as well because it allows me to add out-of-district viewers. So with Google Sites, I am allowed to keep this private. No one else can see it other than my families and other people that I am allowing to view the website. And I couldn't do that with Google Classroom because with Google Classroom you had to have students with accounts in ST63 already, and being a kindergarten teacher, I didn't have that. So Google Sites was super easy to use. I mean, it's drag and drop, really. It gives you templates already, so you click and drag in whatever you want, and it creates it all for you. The only thing I changed here, really, was I picked yellow for the sidebar because I like yellow. It's a happy color. Okay, so we're starting on the landing page. This is the first thing that all of my families see, and we're going to go into Getting Started. And again, all of this is just, you click a button and it creates a page for you. In the Getting Started in the Virtual Classroom, I have some tabs related to giving services to families, so resources that they might need for mental health or accessing community services that are currently in place, noting that a lot of our families have had their lives changed by this, either due to layoffs or being stuck at home with kids all day. So I've given them a lot of resources, just things that I've found to be helpful, articles about working with these scenarios, mostly. And then I have the how to use this service, so that's instructions on what parents are expected to do. We know that the mandate for 1 hour of learning a day is for us. That's the guideline for us to create content, but we know that parents are not expected to do an hour a day of learning in this crisis. So what I just said was I just gave all the outlines of how to use my website first and foremost, but also what their expectations as parents are, and they're not to worry about their child's access to learning right this second. I gave a little guide for play-based learning at home because I'm teaching kindergarten and I want my parents to know that if their child is just playing all day, that is still learning. And I gave them some ideas for how to spark up play and how to integrate it with curricular content if they really wanted to. But I basically just encourage them to use play-based learning when they are doing all of this. So then I'm going to go to my menu here and I'm going to go to classwork. And if I click on the button, it just gives me a blank page at the moment. I'm going to fix that. And then on the side, over time, I've set it up so each week I'm going to have a new page with different content. So for week 1, I chose the theme of dinosaurs, and I collected quite a few different resources actually for that. And I have divvied it up into curricular areas, but you can just have a list of activities that you want to do. I've used a Google Drive to upload PDFs. I am using all of these with permission. A lot of content creators on Teachers Pay Teachers have offered for teachers to use their resources for free and share them with families as long as it's password protected, so via email or by a website like this. You're allowed to upload resources that you have purchased, as long as you ask first. That's just a nice thing to do. So in my classroom, let's go with literacy. I have uploaded some videos on French immersion, so I'm trying to find lots of resources in French so my kids are hearing in French. Got some songs, got some little TV shows from Mini TFO, and I actually recorded myself playing with some toys that I brought home before the break, and just talking in French for a few minutes, and apparently this is quite a little popular video. And then at the bottom here, I've given some suggestions for activities. I have journaling, I have some language games that I do in my class, I'm doing some fine motor work, and I'm also talking about trying to find ways to get my children interacting, so I might be doing show and tell live, basically, through MS Teams or something. We're working on that. Yeah, numeracy, same thing. I just collected resources and videos that are familiar to my kids. I'm not doing anything new. This is all stuff that my students have done before, just with the theme of dinosaurs. So it's intended to occupy the children while the parents are working and taking care of the home. And if there are things that they can do with their families, again, this is all kind of optional. These are suggested activities, but most of the ones I'm picking are things that they're familiar to them and that they have done that are independent activities. I've got suggestions for art education, how to draw. I have some brain break ideas, and I just made a list of what I have available. And that's my little website. If you want to build something like this, or you want to know how I did it, or want some tips, I'm quite happy to share them with you, quite happy to help you out. Just, give me a shout. I miss you guys.